What's up, Mega Squad? Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to build the CWC Spy Ninjas in Minecraft. Let's go! So in our last few videos, I've made tutorials on how to make a giant Chadwell Clay, Qwaint, Daniel, and Regina with her little friend Mr Bear. But we've had a lot of people ask for them all to be in one video. So before we get into it, give this video a thumbs up if you love the Spy Ninjas. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Now if you want to skip to a particular character, I'll put timestamps down in the description. So let's get building. So the first person we're going to make is Chadwell Clay. So let's have a look at what kind of blocks we're going to need. So we're going to need some black concrete, some blue concrete, lime concrete, white terracotta, yellow terracotta, and some red wool. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is his shoes. So for that, we're going to use the black concrete. So we just need to lay down 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then come in 1 block from each side and put 2 together. And then do the same the other side. And then it needs to be 4 blocks deep. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to fill in the legs, which is going to be the blue concrete. So just fill in the gaps. Oop. Like this. So it should be 1 blue, 2 black, 2 blue, 2 black, 1 blue. And that will be the base of the legs. The legs from the ground to the waist is 12 blocks high, including the shoes. So we've already come up 2 blocks. So we need to come up another 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we have the frame for the legs. So you can just fill that in. Okay, and then you should have something that looks like that. So next we're going to do the hands, and the nearest thing I could find to skin color is white terracotta. So we need to come up and come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. The other side, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that will be the hand. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks that way, and then you can just fill that in. Okay, and the hands come up 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. There we have his hands. Okay, next we need to do his t-shirt, which is red wool. Okay, so it should look something like that. So the shirt goes 12 blocks up from the waist to the shoulders. We've already gone 2 blocks up. So we need to come up another 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we have the frame for the upper body and the shoulders. But what we need to do now is the CWC that he has on his t-shirt. Start off on the left arm, and for this we will need the white concrete. So I find the easiest way to do this is to fill in the sleeve 2 blocks up from the hand. So we'll just fill this in 2 blocks up, and then we can start doing the C. So switch to the white and go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. So we have the first letter C. If you like, you can just fill that in with the red wool. Okay, and then we need to come up in line with the bottom of the C to start the W. So from the trousers, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks high with the red wool. So as you can see from this one, the W isn't exactly center, slightly to the left. So from the end you come in 1 block red, 1, 2, 3 blocks white, 1 block red, and then you do 5 blocks white. Come up on the left, 3 blocks, and the same in the middle, 1, 2, 3, and the same on the right, 1, 2, 3. fill this in with red. Now as you can see, the C on his left arm is slightly going onto the body. So what we do for that is from the W, come across 1 block red, and then take out 4 blocks. Switch to the white, and come up 4 blocks. Come across 3 at the top and the bottom. And there you can see we have the CWC logo. Well, not the real CWC logo, but the one he uses in the game. Next we just fill it all in with red. Okay, now you should have the body looking something like this. Now at the moment it's still just an empty frame. So if you like, you can go ahead and fill in the red, but I'll do that right at the end. So for the head we need the white terracotta. If we have a look at this one, you can see that it comes out on the front and the back. So we have 4 blocks going across the shoulders, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 blocks out and 2 blocks back. So we start where this frame is, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in. So do 1, 2, 3, 4. Same this side. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in. And we do 4 across. Now we come out 2 in front and 2 in the back. Okay, so it should look something like that. Next, just fill in the frame. Okay, now we have the bottom of his head. Now as you can see, the next thing we do is the mouth. You fill in 2 blocks on the left and 2 blocks on the right. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then switch back to the red wool and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to the white terracotta and we do another line across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So lime concrete is the best colour to match his eye colour. So for that we come in 1 block of white terracotta, 1 block of white concrete, 1 block of black concrete. So we'll do the edges first. So we've got 1 block this side, 1 block that side, and then we switch to the white concrete and come up 2, and the same that side, come up 2. Next we need the black concrete, so we do 1 block there, 1 block there. Then we switch to the lime concrete for the eye colour, and we just put that on top of each black block. Switch back to the terracotta, and then you can just fill in the spaces. And there we have his face. Okay, so now we need to do the hair. So as you can see on his character, for the hair, he has 1 block that comes down right on the corner of his eye. Go to the green block for his left eye. Come up 1, go across 1, take that out. And then we're switching to the yellow terracotta. So put 1 block there. As you can see, then the hair comes all the way across except for the last block. So 1 block white terracotta and then the rest yellow. And then for the top layer, it goes all the way across. So yellow terracotta all the way. And now, it's starting to look a bit like his character. So all we need to do now, because at the moment, he's only got a flat face. So we need to make the whole thing 3D. But this bit's really easy. All you do now is fill in the blocks. So up until this point, we just do the white terracotta. What we do then is fill in the top 2 layers with the yellow terracotta. And then his hair should look something like that. Now it's up to you whether you want to fill in the whole body, or you could have it as an empty shell and just fill out the outsides. That way you could even use it as a Chadwell Clay kind of house. And there you have it, guys, your very own giant Chadwell clay in Minecraft. Now let's make Qwaint. So first off, the blocks that we're going to need are block of coal, light grey terracotta, grey terracotta, white concrete, white terracotta, light grey wool, red wool, and black wool, and that is it. Okay, so let's start building. So just like last time, the first thing we need to do is her shoes. So for the sole of the shoes, we're going to be using light grey terracotta. So we just place down 8 blocks in a row. Next, we use a line of white concrete. Next, we add some light grey terracotta to add some features to her shoes. So we come in 1 block and place 2. And then the other side we do the same. So in 1 block, place 2. Then you can fill the rest in with the white. And do another line all the way across the top. So for the legs, we're going to be using this light grey wool. And we need to come up from the shoes 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the reason we're not doing it as high as Chad is because in real life, V is a lot shorter. Chad is really tall and V is really short. And if you guys are fans of the Spy Ninjas, you'll know that Chad always makes fun of V for being so short. Although personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with being short. Okay, and then we just fill in the whole thing. And there we have the legs. Next, we switch to the black wool. And we come up 2 blocks. All the way across. So for this part, we're going to use white terracotta for the hands. And red wool for the cuff of the sleeve. So on the first line of black, we come out to the side and place 4 blocks. And the same the other side. Just above, we do a row of red wool. So 4 each side to cover the whole hand. Next, we come up 7 blocks using black wool. And we do the same the other side. And that is the height of the shoulders. In a moment, we're going to work on the CWC logo on the front of the hoodie. But first, we need to fill in these rows of blocks using this black wool. So we fill in 2 whole lines of black blocks. Okay, so next we're going to start with this letter C and then work our way across. So switch to the red wool, and right here we go up 4 blocks. And then we come across 3. 1, 2, 3. And then at the top we come across 3 again. And there is the first letter C. Then we miss 1 block and come across 1. So we leave a gap like that to start the W. And then we come up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then we come across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. 3 blocks in, we start the middle part of the W, but we only come up 3 blocks. And then the other end, we come up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So it should look something like that. Okay, next we miss a block again, and then we start here. Now as you notice from this picture, the CWC logo has the second C backwards. So we're doing the opposite to what we did this side. So we come across 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in 1, 2, 3. And then it should look something like that. Now we just need to fill all of this in with black wool. So I'll speed this part up. Okay, so it's starting to come together. So we've got the body and the legs. Now we need to start working on the head. So for the head, we're going to use the white terracotta again. So we need to come in 4 blocks from the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we place it on top of the 5th block. Now it's quite hard to tell how many blocks there are because it's all blending in. So the easiest way to do it is to look down and it's in between the C and the W. You've got this one big line of black. So place the first block there, and then we come across 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you should have space of 4 blocks the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then we come out another row of blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and then the other side 1, 2, 3. And the reason we're leaving this gap is because that is where her mouth is going to be. Now what you can also do is put 2 blocks of white terracotta underneath, and that'll be her neckline. Then we switch to the red wool and place 2 blocks there, and that is her mouth. The best colour I could find for her eyes is grey terracotta. Now I know that's weird because her eyes are brown, but the grey terracotta looks kind of brown, so we're going to use that. So either side of her mouth, if you put 2 blocks of grey terracotta stacked like that, and then 2 blocks of white concrete next to it. It should look like that. Next we fill in the blanks with the white terracotta. And then we do a row of white terracotta across the top. And there's her face. Now at the back you can also fill this in. Now if you want to make it fully 3D like the Chad character that I built, it needs to be 4 blocks deep. So using the black wool, if you start at the shoulder and come back another 3 blocks, and then come down to this line here and do the same, and then just connect them up. Okay, and then do the same the other side. So start at the shoulder, come back 3 blocks, and there, and then there, and then on the corner again, 1, 2, 3, and then just connect them all up. And as you can see, this forms the arms. Connect it right across the back. Okay, and then fill this part in. And then the top of the body should all be solid black wool. So now we need to make her head 3D. So at the moment it's 2 blocks deep. So we need to add another 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it should poke out from the back by 1 block. Do the same on the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then connect them all up. Okay, and there's her head. So just fill in all the sides. And then we have a nice squarish head. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is fill in the whole of the back of the body and the arms with this black wool. So I'm just going to speed this part right up. Okay, so now it's starting to take shape, but we need to do the end of the sleeves and the hands. So we do the same with the red wool, so we come back 3 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do it all the way, and then the same the other side. And then the white terracotta for the hands. Okay, now we use the light grey wool for the legs, so again, just fill it all in, so 3 blocks back. For the base of the shoes, again, we come back another 3 blocks with the light terracotta, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then connect all that up. Okay, and then we switch to the white. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, although at the front it has these light grey terracottas, I actually just fill in the whole back with white because it doesn't tend to have the same design on the back as the front. She should end up with something looking a bit like this. Now the hair is the trickiest part. Now whereas for male characters it's just square, for female characters it tends to be a bit more blocky. Now because Qwaint's hair is black, it's a bit hard to make it look different to her hoodie because the hoodie is black as well. So all I've done for this is used coal. So because coal is a different texture to the hoodie, it stands out just that little bit. So what I've done for this is across the top of the head, come across all the way. So we do a line of coal. Now as you can see from this one I've already built, the hair comes down across the face. So for that, if you want to do the same hairstyle, all you do is you come across here 4 blocks. So on the skin we do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do another 2 on the next line down. So we do 1, 2. And starting on this corner, on the end of this row, we do 1 more block. And then come down to the bottom of the face. And then from the bottom of this we do another 2 up. So it looks like that. What I've done then, to add a bit of detail, I've just added another 2 blocks here. So 1, 2. So it's like a little bit of hair hanging down. Now the main thing, I mean you can do the hair whichever way you like, but the main thing is to not cover up too much of the face. So for this side I've done the same thing. I've done a line all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the bottom of the face. And then here I've done another one there. And then come to the side. Do another one there. And then 1 more down. If you like, you can actually make it a little bit longer. So you could do 1, 2, 3. And then maybe do 1, 2, 3. Like that. Okay, so next what I've done is added a line of 6 blocks on the top here. So not the very top line, the next one down. So add 1, 2, so add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then add another block here. Actually, we'll add another block there as well, just to connect it all up. So the hair is really difficult to do because you can never really get it perfect. I mean, it's entirely up to you which style you go for. But if you want to do it just like I've done, then just follow this. So I filled in all the way around the head to hide all of the skin. So we'll just do that. What you can do then is just to add a little bit more feature to the back is come in 1 block from the corner and then down 1 block. So start there. Just do a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do a row of 6, and then come down again, do another row of 6, and it kind of adds a bit more depth to the hair. Because her head is really flat across the top, what we do there is do another row of 7 across the front. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 6, and 7. Okay, and then again come up. Leave 1 block on the end and do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then leave a block on the end like that. And as you can see, it's starting to take a more rounded shape. And if you like, you can do it just 1 more row just to make it a little bit more round. So again, leave 1 block on the end, do 1, 2, 3, leave a block on the end. Because at the front, it's just sticking up like that and then it's flat on the top. All you need to do is just place some random blocks to kind of give it a bit of roundness. It's not perfect, but it looks a bit more like hair.
So now we have Chad and V, we need to make Daniel.
Okay, so first up, let's take a look at what kind of blocks we're going to need. So we'll need some light grey terracotta, black concrete, cyan terracotta, white concrete, light grey concrete powder, white terracotta, lime concrete, and brown concrete. And that is it. So the first thing we need to do is the shoes. So the first block we're going to use is the light grey terracotta, and we're going to place 8 blocks in a row. Then we need to go 4 blocks back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just connect that up. And just fill in the gaps. Next, we cover the whole thing with black concrete. And there we have the shoes. For the legs, we're going to be using cyan terracotta, and we need to come up 10 blocks. So we fill this whole base 10 blocks high with cyan terracotta. And then you should end up with a pair of legs that look something like that. Next we're going to start the shirt. Now in recent videos Daniel hasn't been wearing the white shirt, but most people will remember Daniel as being PZ1 or the lie detector guy, and he was well known for wearing a white shirt all the time. So that's the style we're going for today. So using the white concrete, we put 2 layers down covering the whole top of the legs. And you should have something like that. Now this part is completely optional, but I've added buttons using light grey concrete powder. But that's up to you. You can either have these buttons or you can leave the whole shirt white. But if you would like to do the buttons, all you do is come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks and place it on the 5th block. And you should have 3 that side. So you've got 3 white blocks that side and 4 white blocks that side. Place 1 white block on top, come up again, and do another button. White block, and another button. So I've got 3 buttons in total, and then another white block on top, and then you can just fill all the rest of this in. So for the neckline we're going to be using white terracotta. So above the buttons, just in line with it, if you place 1 block there, and then another block to the side, and then on top, do 2 more blocks, and then 1 block out either side. Like that. Fill it in with white blocks up to the neckline. And you should end up with something like that. Next we need to do the hands and the arms. Switch back to the white terracotta, and then right above the waistline, right here on this corner, if you come out 4 blocks. And then the same on the back, and then just connect those up and fill it in. So there's the hand, and do the same on the other side. So because Daniel has short sleeves, I've come up 4 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we fill in the whole thing with these white terracotta blocks. And again, same the other side. She should end up with 2 hands like that. Next we fill the top of the arms up to the shoulders with white concrete. And again we do the same on the other side. And then you should end up with the whole body looking like that. Okay, so the next part we're going to work on is the head. So for this one, we're going to switch to the brown concrete first of all. So come in 5 blocks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On the 5th block, place the brown concrete and do a straight line across the shoulders. Then you want to come out another 2. 1, 2. And the same on the back. 1, 2. So in total, you should have 8 blocks of brown concrete going straight across the shoulder. Now we're going to do the same the other side. So come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the 5th block, place 4. And then come out 2 at the back. And 2 at the front. So you should have a bit of a base looking like that. Next, switch back to the white terracotta. And just in line with the shoulders here, if you place a block there and fill it all the way across like that, and then come out 1 more row. Switch back to the brown concrete and place another 2 blocks on the front like this, and there as well. So you should have a gap of 2 blocks here. Now for the mouth, we're going to come up 1 block on the end and 1 block here. So leave a gap of 1 there, and then do the same this side. So there should be a gap there, and then we're going to come across like this, and then underneath we do the same. So we come down 1 block, down 1 block, and then go across. So you end up with a mouth like that. And then just fill it in with the white terracotta. Place some white terracotta in these 2 gaps. And then place a line of white terracotta across the top. Next we're going to do the eyes. So for this we're going to use the white concrete. So leave 1 block on the end and then come in 1 and do the same the other side. 1 block on the end, come in 1. Now Daniel has green eyes like Chad. So for this I'm using the lime concrete. So place 1 block next to that and 1 block next to that. Next we do the eyebrows. So for that we're switching back to the black concrete. So on top of the eye do 2 blocks of black concrete. And the same on the other one. And there we have his eyes. Switch back to the white terracotta and then go up to the top of the eye. Fill in the nose area. And then we do the same on the other side. Switch back to the brown concrete and then place 1 block on the end. Leave a gap and then place 1 block here and then all the way to the end and place 1 block on the end. So you should have 3 blocks like that. Fill in the rest with white terracotta. And then next we're going to do 2 rows of brown. And there we have his face. Now to make it really 3D, what we need to do is have 3 blocks here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Miss a block and then do the rest in brown. And then here, so we've got his face there. So come into the next block and go all the way up with brown. Do the same the other side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then all the way up to the top. Miss a block and then come all the way back. The next thing we're going to do is some ears. So for that we switch back to the white terracotta, and in this gap we put 3 blocks high. So we go 1, 2, 3, and then 2 blocks here. So 1, 2. And same the other side. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. And then the rest of the head is all brown. So you can fill in the rest of this block with brown hair. And there you go guys, you've got your very own giant CWC Spy Ninja Daniel.
So now we have Chad, V and Daniel. So last but not least is Regina, and we'll also be making her little buddy, Mr Bear.
So we're going to need some black concrete, some white terracotta, black wool, white concrete, pink terracotta, pink concrete, brown concrete, and some brown wool, and that is it. That is everything you're going to need. So the first thing we need to do is work on the shoes. So for that we're going to be using the white concrete. So just lay down 8 blocks in a line. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then come back another 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Same this side. 1, 2, 3. And then just connect it up. And fill in the middle. Now if you'd like to add some detail to the shoes, what I do is come in 1 block from the end and place 2. And do the same the other side. So come in 1 block. And place 2. For the legs I've been using black wool. So what we need to do is from the corner come up 11 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And do the same on the other corner. And then connect them up. And then fill in the rest of the legs with the black wool. I'm just going to speed this part up so it's easier for you guys. And there we have the legs. But of course we need to make it 3D, so we need to do the same on the back as well. And then just fill in the top. And there we have a giant pair of Regina legs. Okay, so once you've got the legs looking something like this, the next thing we need to do are the hands. So for that we're going to be using white terracotta. So if you come to the corner of the legs on the front, and right here if you place 1 block and then come out 1 and then delete the first block, so you've got this diagonal. And then you need to come out another 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, come back another 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in another 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then connect that up and fill it in. So that is the bottom of the hand. Now the hand comes up 3 blocks in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we just do that all the way around. And fill it in. And there we've got a hand. Now we need to do the same on the other side. So again on the corner, place 1 block and then come out 1, delete the first one, and then come out another 3. So 1, 2, and 3, back 3, and in, and connect them up, and fill it in, and then go another 2 blocks high. And there we have the hands. So the next thing we're going to work on is Regina's shirt. Now I wasn't exactly sure what colour to go for, so I went for pink concrete, but it's up to you guys. You can use whatever colour you like. So for the purpose of this, I'm just going to be using this pink. So what we do for that is come over to the hand, and on the edge, if you come up 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do the same on the other corner. And then connect these 2 up. And then we fill in all of this area with pink concrete. So again, I'm just going to speed this part up. And there we have her shirt. But of course, same as the legs and the hands, we need to make it 3D, so we just need to fill it in from the back. And then just fill in the top. So there we have Regina's body. Now we need to work on the head. So for this, we're going to come to this corner, and using the white terracotta, we're going to come in 6 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Place 1 block there, and then another one next to it. And then on this side, we're coming in 7 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and place another one there. Next, we need to come out 2 blocks. So 1, 2, and the same on these. So 1, 2, 1, 2. and then we're going to connect these up. So we've got there and there, but leave this gap of 2 blocks in the front and fill that in using the pink terracotta. So we've got 1, 2. Now this part is going to be the mouth. Now I know this looks really weird at the moment because it doesn't look center, but I promise you this will look good in the end. So switch back to the white terracotta, and on top of the mouth, on this side we're going to come up 3 blocks. So 1, 2 and 3, and here we're going to come up 2. So 1 and 2. Now I know this looks really weird at the moment, guys, but trust me, this is going to work out. So switch to the brown concrete, and then we're going to place 1 block here, and on this side we're going to place 2 on top of each other like that. Switch back to the white concrete, and on this corner we're going to place 2 on top of each other like that. Switch back to the black concrete, and on this side of the face, right on the bottom corner here, we're going to come out 1, and we need to go a total of 7 blocks high. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then on this side we're going to come out 2 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, and the same as that side, we're going to come up 7 blocks high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and the same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and just connect those 2 up. And that is the outline of the head. Now I know it still looks really weird, but trust me, just fill in the rest of it with black. And as you can see, we now have her face, but she's got really short hair, which we're going to fix in a moment though. So come up to the top of the head, and not the first block, come in 1 and place a block, and then do the same the other side. So come in 1, place a block, so you'll have 2 points looking like that, and then fill in the middle. Now at the moment, Regina's hair is looking really short, so we need to do the hair down the front. So to do that, still making sure you've got the black concrete selected, come down to the waistline here, and we're going to miss out this first row and come up to the second, and we're going to come in 3 blocks and place 1. And we're going to do the same this side, so come in 3 blocks, place 1 on the 3rd block. Okay, and then we're going to come up 2, and then do a diagonal. And then the same this side, so it needs to be 2 blocks high, and then a diagonal. And we're going to do the same, so 2 blocks high, diagonal, 2 blocks high, diagonal. And then this we're going to connect to the top of the hair there. So just go all the way up. And the same this side. And then do the same here. So on this one, you're going to go all the way to the top. And then fill in the rest. All the way to the top. And fill in the rest. And there we have her hair. Now of course we need to make her 3D, because at the moment the head is looking really flat and weird. So to do that, come in line with this corner here and bring it all the way back with the black concrete. And when it lines up there, we need to come out 2 more blocks. Do the same on the other side. So in line with this corner, come to the end of the shoulders, and then come out another 2 blocks, and then connect that up. And then if you come underneath and do a line across here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we miss out a block on either end. Now we come all the way down on the back. Again, we're going to miss out this first row, and we're going to come up to the second, and we need to come in 4 blocks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and place. And then place 1 next to it, so you should have 3 blocks either side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and the same this side, 1, 2, 3, and then a gap of 1 block underneath it. What we're going to do then is come out on a diagonal either side and fill in the middle, and on the next layer do the same, so diagonal either side and fill in the middle, and then we're going to fill in all the way up to the top in line with this with black. And it should end up looking something like that. This next part is really tricky because it's all black. It's really hard to see the difference between the blocks. So what we need to do is on this corner, come up 6 blocks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the same on this corner here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you should have it looking something like this. And then we just connect all the corners. So bring this all the way to the front. And then connect this one up. And then this side. So just like that. So now we've got the outline of the cube-shaped head. And then we just need to fill in the back and sides. Okay, and then her head should look something like this. Now as you can see on the front, on the very top layer, it pokes up 1 row higher than the rest. So we need to do that all the way back. So again, you come in 1 block and then just bring it all the way back to fill in the top of the head here. Okay, so now that we have Regina, we need to work on her friend Mr. Bear. So for that, we're going to come down to the bottom of her left hand and switch to the brown wool. So on this corner here, we're going to place 1 block underneath and another one right behind it. And then we're going to come out another 1. So you've got a block of 4 like that. Now we need to come down 4 blocks in total. So we've got another 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So it'll look something like this. Then here we come across another 2 blocks. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and the same underneath. And this is the start of the arm. Now from this layer here, we're going to come all the way down to the ground level. So just bring that all the way down. And the same on the back. And then these 4 here, we're going to come across. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. So there'll be a block of 4. And in the front, we're going to place 1 block here and 1 block there. And that is going to be his foot. On this layer, we bring it all the way up in line with the rest. So it should look something like this. Right, next we're going to work on the other leg. So starting here, we come up 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Place 1 on the 4th, and then come across another 1. And then here we come down to the ground again. Like that. And we need to fill in the back as well so it matches. So you should have something like this. And we need to come across and do the same for another block. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it should look something like this. So you've got 2 blocks, space, 2 blocks, and then it goes back 3 blocks from the front of the toe. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So everything should be 2 blocks wide. Okay, so when your bear is looking something like this, we need to come in line with the outside of the leg. So if you go to this toe here, and then go straight up, and then here, we're going to go up 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do it on the front and the back to make it nice and equal. And then come down 1 block, and go across another 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and same on the back. And on this end, we're going to go up another block on the front and back. So these will be his ears. If you like, you can connect this up to the outside of this leg. So go all the way down. And do the same on the back. So it should look something like this so far. So in line with this arm, if you come across and come out another 3 from this corner. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And the same on the row beneath. So 1, 2, and 3. And it should look like that. So it should be in line with the other arm. Do the same on the back so it's nice and equal. Here you're going to miss out this line. And you're going to come up like that. So you put another 4 blocks in. Switch to the black wool, and now we're going to do the eyes. So looking at the head from this angle, if you come here and place 1 block there and 1 block there, and then we need to fill the rest in with more brown wool. Now remember to do it on the front and back so it's nice and even. And from the back, so as you can see in between the legs, if you come up here and then we go up 3 blocks and place 1 at the back there, and that will be his little tail. Okay, now at the moment it doesn't really look like a bear, so we need to do the mouth. So for that, underneath the eye, if you come down and place a block, and then go across another 2, and then come down another 2 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, and then fill that in. And then this square, we're going to do another layer outwards, because at the moment his nose is looking a little bit flat. So do the same again, so we've got like that. Fill in the nose with black wool. And then just for a little extra detail, if you switch to the pink terracotta, and then underneath his nose here, if you do 3 blocks, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and that looks like his little mouth. And there you go. So that is Regina and her little friend Mr Bear.
And there you have it, guys. Now we have all 4 of the CWC Spy Ninjas. Remember to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this tutorial, and subscribe to join the Mega Squad if you'd like to see more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay mega.